No. Okay. Okay. All right, all right, all right. Let's see how we're doing, ladies and gentlemen. You wanna?
Hello, everybody.
I'll see how we're doing.
Yeah. Getting started here. Good game against.
Well, let's not go so far yet.
Oh yeah, June's playing.
Yeah, technically it's a
Yeah,
game.
you're right.
It'll be a game.
We got some Scum versus First Order shenanigans here.
512 Austin X-wing.
Make sure I send it out to everybody who wants to watch.
Let me make sure. All right, all right, all right. All right, all right, all right. Okay, there we go. Window projector.
He's already in. Great job, Randall. June versus Aaron. Jank. It's Jank, right? This is,
I mean, it's always jank.
yeah. I mean, Aaron's is cool Jank. June is the poser Jank. He's like, I'm trying to fly FO.
Yeah. So for all of y'all who are looking at this, we in theory would be in a nice quiet place, but instead now we're picking 5 feet behind everybody.
Yep.
Hello everyone,
Nice and easy.
welcome on Monday. We are back with yet another high.
I don't know. This is high octane.
Yeah. I was just gonna say, I was like, you know what? Let's just be real. So we're watching some X-wing. it's gonna be a game. Gonna be a game. But we've got some. Oh, it's a little blurry. But let me see if I can rearrange the camera's angle. We might have to sacrifice the dice.
Yeah, that might be good. Let me get chat open on my phone, everybody. I think it's just Randizzle in chat. Where is chat? Do stream manager. There we go. Just me for now. Thanks, Randall. I'm gonna post on the other scrubs because they might like to talk. Yes, the game has literally just begun. They're still kind of jockeying for their position as best they can. June is not known for his jockeying for position, so we'll see how he does this. We just played one, he ran straight at me, so easiest thing in the world.
Or
You did. It was impressively fast.
the highest honor possible.
It would have been a lot better if I didn't just
so
one straight.
honorable. So speaking of one straight, so we got an interesting match here on the left-hand side. So we've got Aaron with not one, not two, not three, 4 different proton torpedoes on a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 with ship, and then Bosk, who I don't know, maybe counts as a mini proton torpedo because he's just gonna explode. Arlit. Oh no, I take it back. This is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 ship list. With 1 munition, 2 munition. Yeah, so everyone on this list has a munition of some sort except for Bosk. Good lord. Versus some low health on the right hand side. Blackout, Sensor Scrambler is going to be doing some cloak action. Nightfall, enhanced jamming, sweeten the little wisp. Nightfall. Okay, sure. Quick, what? Okay, Quick Draw, Special Forces Gunner, Turn Power, so Trick Shot Fanatical, Malorus with cluster missiles, so he can take drugs and shoot the missiles off, and then Dread with delayed fuses and proton bombs. Okay, so immediately seeing some really interesting things versus what we've seen in the past. So there's different variations on FO. You kind of see the 3 5s and a 6, or the 2 5s, 2 6s, and here you see a salad of initiatives, which is going to be really interesting for him to fly these, because he's not just going to be able to randomly choose which ship moves in which order. He absolutely has to move in a very specific one. He's kind of got a salad of initiative orders here, which is going to maybe pose a little problem when the scrum starts. Now, speaking of salad, you've got the same thing on Aaron's side: 0, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5. So this is going to be a match where road roll is going to make an enormous difference. Okay, so what do we have on the very bottom? So we've got 2. We've got
so
2
much.
6, we've got a Y, and then the top we've got. Oh, actually, this looks super sick. So.
Yeah,
Nice.
the shooting yourself.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So we've got 2 6 and a Y. This is super cool. So we've got the 2 interceptors escorting the heavy or fighter bomb or whatever in the Y wing. So we've got 1 cluster of that in the bottom and another cluster of it in the top. For the FO, we've got 3 ties clustered near. Wait, so we've got 3 ties?
Yep. It's
Where's the
2 FOs and 1 SF.
Where's the other SF?
Oh, it's not Dread. Dread shouldn't be there. Dread should be Midnight.
God, shoot.
The Joon sent us the wrong thing.
Joon sent us the wrong list.
This guy.
Boo that man. Okay, see, you sent me the wrong
It's alright, we
list.
can fix it. It's only one thing.
Yeah. So in a real tournament, everyone, this would be a penalty point.
Yep.
So we're going to tie FO fighter. We're going to switch him out for
Honestly, I
midnight.
think it's just a DQ if you send the wrong list.
Honestly, TBH. So he's midnight with I'm guessing Swarm Tactics Fanatical.
No.
Of course not. Why would it be something logical? So what is
Yeah,
it?
right. I'll go look. It was something.
Here we go, folks. Here we go. Oh, Fanatical. Oh, okay, cool.
That's actually not bad.
Yeah.
That's okay. That's
Fanatical,
fair.
and although I say that just because I was kind of like an informed guess because he's flying in that really tight formation.
Yes.
But you know what? It turns out he's flying in formation just because he wants to be really close for cluster missiles. He's like, hey, you know what? I want you to get your cluster missiles off. I don't want you to feel
I'm gonna say
bad.
it quietly so he doesn't get mad. He hasn't learned to fly this list yet. I should just
Well,
said it as loud
I
as
like how you
possible.
give him like the benefit of the doubt and say yet, as if implying that like one day. Also,
Oh, yeah,
munching on
Joon.
these amazing cookies. Don't remember the name of the dude who dropped these cookies off, but like these
were good.
snickerdoodles were sick. So mad props. You bring cookies to your game show, like your game store, like 10 out of 10.
Yes.
Okay, so we've got the top. We've got Bosk just deciding to just YOLO kill himself up to the top, which is kind of interesting because, I mean, all the ships have. We've got 2 with 1 shield, 1 with 3 shields. So he goes off. He does a lot of damage. He is still like a 2-point ship. Can do some some slight damage. He can. Okay, this is looking way better. So we got 2 6s, 2 5s, and 4. Okay, still a bit of a solid initiative wise. And then we have the bottom flight, which is going after the Whisper. Huh. Wild. Okay, no. Okay, so yeah, sorry. So we're kind of joining it after. I'm sorry. I know I'm just talking. I'm trying to make sense
We gotta
of
get
like
through the
what we're
list.
seeing.
There's so much stuff
Yeah,
on
so
the list.
tons of munitions on the left-hand side. We're seeing a lot of target locks go down. On the right-hand side, honestly, not a ton of like squad cohesion or like interaction between all of them. They're all just like really solid first-order pieces, which is why it's kind of curious because he's keeping them in a tiny little knot. He's probably gonna flower them open and like have them all go crazy after this initial engage. But like right now, trying to keep them together, probably so he can focus fire, probably so he can make sure that they're all really close to Bosk when Bosk explodes. Okay, and this is salvage, so wild, because Aaron's got a ton of expendable ships out there that he can use to just like scoop up these little.
Yeah. Is this Midnight facing off against Bosk here?
Let me see.
Yeah. Because if it is, that's super good. Midnight's ability being when you lose shields, you take a bonus attack. So quick draw. Oh, quick draw is it?
The one you were thinking.
Yes. So the one I was thinking, correct one.
Yep.
Gets 3 shield base. The other fancy thing is he has Deuterium power cells, which is a great upgrade, but is even better on Midnight just because if he does happen to lose all those shields, he can just get more back, and now he's double attacking more often.
Yeah. On quick draw.
Yes.
Yeah.
So when I played, I just didn't shoot a quick draw because it was too much of a pain to let double attacks go off. But
Which is actually really interesting because for quick draw,
Yeah.
like one of the pain points is like she's costed a little bit higher, and it's like, oh well, that's tough because the ability is only usable like X
Right.
many times, and then you're just at that point you're just overcharging for a ship that's worthless. But at this point with the turn, you get those back,
Yep.
so like you're really getting more out of those extra points.
Yeah,
So
and
absolutely.
realistically, like the play against Midnight is either quick draw is either don't shoot at him or make sure when you shoot at him they will die this round.
Yeah.
Only give him 1.
And a great point for deterrent because you do that, you focus fire. If they're alive
Yep.
on 1, they're just like, guess what?
Hey,
I'm
I
out.
got 2.
I just regen. So like a really cool upgrade.
2 hits into boss and can't mod because of Midnight. Not that you
Actually
have
doing
mods
the next
anyways.
walking thing. So we have Bosk losing 1 shield. We've got another one in.
Yep.
FCS. Oh, FCS for 3 hits. Okay, here we go, Bosk. Wait, that might just be Bosk on the right off the rip. Nope. Okay.
Already?
And then
Dang.
already going off, so Bosk
Alright.
immediately kaplow. But yeah, so what we were doing earlier is like, wait, why did he do this? So Bosk is worth 2 points, and boss is going to immediately cause damage because of Dead Man's to all those ships around him, which is wild. So it's going to hit Quick Draw. So Quick Draw is going to lose a shield, which is going to be kind of interesting. So is Quick Draw going to get a chance to shoot? Does Quick Draw immediately uses a shield?
Oh, because Dead Man switch. Oh my
So we
gosh.
have Quick Draw.
Oh, nothing?
One
Ha,
hit.
classic Joon.
We've seen some.
John Oates rolled back.
And we have 1 of 8 on 5 dice. So ooh, that's like, they were trying. And Aaron just flexing with a combination of dice on the left hand side. You've got marbled, clear, sparkly, and dark black. It's like none of the plain green dice. So strong. Okay, and that's a crate being knocked off. Yeah, so boss is taken right off the table. So 2 points immediately to Dad. So yeah, so we were just wondering what was going on. So he's got that little knot of ships at the very top. Real question though is like what's going on next turn, because we've got both of those 6 could be carrying like incredibly powerful weapons. So I'm gonna go up really check and just see like who's in that top flight, because those Echo ships might be flying into a world of hurt the next round. Move it in front of the camera. Just fly it past.
Here, I'll let you do that. You can grab it anywhere. It's fairly sturdy.
I don't think anybody knows what it was. You gotta go slower. A wild Grievous. No, most people don't.
It came with these two. Guys.
Which
Obi-Wan, and I have this from like a specific set. He's the Mustafar variant. So he has like the burning on him,
oh yeah,
and it's
because canonically that's the Obi-Wan who flew Grievous's fighter off the planet after he killed Grievous.
but he hasn't been to Mustafar yet.
Come on, Lego,
So
get with it.
That's a little weird.
Ah, it's some weird future effect.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Yeah.
No, Trooper is sick. What's debating me?
Range
Clone
3
Trooper.
threw a rock into somebody.
Oh, sorry.
Quick draw. So 1.
And Quick Draw's probably gonna be fine. Rolls with authority.
Of course, he rolls it on the side that we can't.
I know.
This guy.
What a. And is that is the bottom, isn't it? Okay, I know.
The other sad part is that you can't. There's no place to put Grievous as actual arms. There are places to
storm
put,
inside.
like his lightsabers.
Okay, so we've got
Classic Star Wars.
Leighton, Quinn, and Lima Kai in that top flight. So those 2 6 at the very top do have APTs, and then Leighton at the very bottom has Plasma, which is going to just, again, you're talking about like burning down Quick Draw on one shot. Like,
That's
so
definitely
Leighton's
a
like,
win.
hey, this Plasma has your name on it. Although, honestly, any of those ships at the very top would be great.
Yeah.
So
Anybody with shields, really. Like, you're 4 dice attacked at that point, if you're hitting, which is really strong. For only 5 points, compared to, like, the next best would be a proton torpedo. I think plasmas are in a really good spot.
overcosted
Yeah.
compared. So this is a really interesting like decision like tree, because Joon knows that Aaron's got like a really interesting mix of munitions. Like he's got one in the back that's a long range, just fling it out, get shields, but the front 2 really want to dive on in, and got the rocket in front of him. So Joon's thinking, okay, I really do not want to take one of those. What is Aaron going to do?
He does have sensitive controls on Blackout, so that might give him a little more options, although I don't know that a barrel roll down fits, and I don't know that a bank boost would be fine probably, but I don't know that it's helpful to him.
And that is Blackout, which means he gets the huge benefit by a obstructed.
Obstruction, yes.
And so guessing that the Y-Wing's maybe going to slow roll 1, maybe he just does that little bank.
Yeah, I think so. Aaron's just got to just roll himself in. Like, I think he kind of puts himself in a position to be like, all right, Joon, where are you going to go? How are you going to get through this? And can you get through this? And if you don't, who do I just want to kill?
Yeah, because the dream for Aaron is like if he lines up 2 APTs on someone,
Yep.
dream.
It's done. And even if he loses a whole nother ship, it's probably still value for him because his ships are so cheap.
Yeah, and he's trading up because
Yeah.
it's a 6v5.
Yeah. I mean, he's all 3-pointers.
And Boss
something
already
ridiculous.
did some work. Sorry, there was some shields lost due to.
Malaris, Midnight, Nightfall.
So the only ones
It's
that
actually
have shields
a decent amount of
left at
damage.
the bottom is the silent. Yeah. So this is wild. So we lost that little shield. We lost that shield. Quick Draw's on 1.
Yep.
And Nightfall still got 2, and then Blackout
Has lost 1, it looks like.
Blackout's lost
Yeah.
1 as well. So honestly, some really, really good use out of that.
Yeah.
Out of that Bosk.
If you're gonna use a dead man switch, that's how you use it.
Yeah, I mean, the equivalent of launching cluster missiles and only pushing 1 damage through, which is great,
Yeah.
honestly. So, yeah, this is going to be wild, because here it's
3
where it's-
hits versus 2 hits, so Joon gets it.
So what does Aaron do? And then, of course, it's like, hey, what does Bottom Flight do? Does Bottom Flight just want to face off against Nightfall, or are they just going to scoop a bunch of boxes?
Yeah, well, because they can't lock Nightfall right now unless Nightfall decloaks. Yes, somewhere. Gosh, Dad not coming prepared to the party.
Again, it's like, sorry if there's any interference on your side, but just the power of that stare directed back at us. Yeah. And this is the person who judges our tournaments, by the way.
Deplete is red. Oh. Somehow I'm not surprised.
That explains so much. Okay, so what is he doing?
That's why he's such a bad pilot.
So he's doing it. He's doing the decloak.
So he might be trying just to line up a trick shot or decloaking to the right and then doing like a 3 hard back up the board.
Wait, he has a trick shot too?
Yes.
So yeah, so we're really leaning into the 2 obstructed trick shots.
Which, if you guys don't know, just corner your rocks. If there's this many trick shots, put the rocks in the corner, make everything as open as possible, and
Yeah.
oh well, look, you don't have to worry about hitting them, and they're out of the way.
Yeah, that turn 0 play, you know. And here it looks like what they've gone for is kind of like the little, like, you know, Thunderdome, where it's just a little
Yeah.
circle of them. So we've got 1, 2, 3. Where's the other rock? One with a bunch of locks on it. Another stress cloud at the top.
And
1,
then
2,
is it
3.
back there maybe? Oh, here's one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Where's the other rock? What? It would be super appropriate if they forgot the 6th rock. No, it's the gas cloud. It's a bacon in the middle.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3,
yeah, we
4,
totally
5.
missed the
We were
bacon
just
in the
like
middle.
counting and then recounting 5 different ones and then recounting 5 other ones.
Yeah.
So
No, it's Halloween. Everything's getting a little
yeah,
weird over here.
there's like a weird triangle thing going on here.
And we have Scooping Up the Rock, which, that's really, Scooping Up the Crate at the very top, which is tough because I thought he was going to get the APT off, but maybe he's just saying, hey, these ships could just totally outmaneuver me, and if I take a target lock and can't use it, that sucks. If I at least grab a crate, then
Yep.
there's a chance I'll actually use
Well,
it.
and if they bump into you, like, you're probably not going to take a crit. Looks like a barrel roll to force a bump here. Mm-hmm. And then just set up for, who's that Y-Wing?
That's the bottom, Lima. The top one is Lima with
Okay.
plasmas.
Oh, yeah, easy. So just force a bump, take a lock, call it good, shoot
Yep.
some plasmas.
And Lima just slow rolls in.
Okay, 3
Okay, we
hearts
do have
down.
the engage. Now that
So this is a
Whisper,
boost for sure.
again, yeah, and the reason why is because the Whisper
Boost
really
jam.
only has the,
Oh, he just locks.
strange.
Oh, obstructed ion missiles.
Okay, because
So,
the trick shot is going to give the extra.
because a 1 hard next turn would
die.
get there.
Interesting. Oh, but then it's like, hey, you know what?
Yeah.
Again, the overlapping fields of fire. Like, even though each of their individual guns are not that great, like he's just got so many of them.
Yep.
And so the 6v5 or the 5v5 right now, he's like, you know what? I'll just lob it through.
And Arlaz has
Takes the
clusters,
lock.
so no range there, but can just maintain his lock on the rock because of our 3 astromech.
Yeah. Again, awesome jam defense.
Yep.
We've got no more
There's
fives.
still more ships to oh.
Yeah, we've got Lima Kai on the left hand side. Lima's still good. Yeah, and so let's see. Did he call the bump? Did he call the bump?
1 hard. Ooh, that's close. I think it bumps.
Yeah.
Also-
Rip the game state.
I despise
It's
this
a bobbly
springy.
silencer. Oh
It
my
is
gosh,
so
it
annoying. It is
is.
just in the way
Ladies and
every
gentlemen,
time.
it's like that's
And
like
every time
true
he makes me move it. He looks at me and goes, "You gonna move that for me?" And I hate it. I despise it. Quit fondling the whisper.
It's like true chaotic evil here. It's like, oh my god, you just immediately want to show up at a tournament and just lose friends. It's like, hey, everything's all about friends. It's like, yeah, hey, I can fix that problem for you.
I'm gonna jam you to death while I make you play with a bobblehead.
The
So,
ultimate
one hard there.
dominance for. And the sick, lines up. Wait, so where's that? Okay,
I believe
so,
this is Midnight. Or is this Malorus? I think this is Malorus. Malorus, setting up the clusters with the ability.
and of course, Mowers has the canonically was one who abused stimulants, so can use like a folk glitter stim charge to like turn, like basically they have like the glitter stim card bolted to them, which is really cool.
Those
Like
drugs.
super thematic. Yeah, kids don't, but in the game, turns out it's really good.
Yeah, no, definitely not. It's like
yeah.
steroids. Is that kind of what?
Oh
they
no,
are?
they're uppers. It's
Oh,
meth.
really?
It's
Oh,
like
I mean, here I was like trying to be like joking.
well,
But
no, like
it's-
historically
it's-
speaking, it would absolutely be some sort of amphetamine,
Yeah.
like some sort of. I mean, historically, okay, it's like we're on a dark road, but it's
It's the first order. Can you blame them?
no.
They have
not
to
at
deal
all.
with
It's like
Kylo Ren
they
every
would
day.
100% do it. Oh my gosh. Okay, so what's going on? We've got a little. So we've got bump number 1 on the bump train. What are the ties behind them going? And these are true TIE fighters, so they don't have the one straight. Now, I know people are like, oh, the FO ties are better dials. If the FO ties are just like a TIE fighter, but with a one straight,
Yep.
just
Now, one
devastating.
important thing here is Malorus' shield is already gone, so you won't get the extra damage for shooting her from plasmas.
Yeah.
But he's now targeted Quick Draw, who does have shield left and could, if he rolls well and Quick Draw rolls bad, just one-shot Quick Draw.
Yeah.
My question is Quick Draw now going to lock onto Lima in order to stop the mods from happening? Oh no, this is Quick Draw. What am I thinking? Midnight would be the one to have to do that. I don't know, is Quick Draw on front or behind? I think Quick Draw's up front. I'll double check.
We have no jam mechanics in the top, so we don't have like the Fun Police Squad where they're able to throw jam tokens off with like a mag pulse missile to protect other ships. So basically, once they get a lock on them, like that's it. I mean, unless one of them decides to run
Quick
through.
Draw is up front.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, Quick Draw's up front. And Quick Draw again, like even as a heavier tie, so not as agile, only 2 agility dice. Oh, and a beautiful block from Aaron. We're trying to figure out like, hey, what's he gonna do? Yep, no, just runs on in there, forces the block into his own ship. Joon rolls, no penalties. But yeah, oh no, actually doesn't. So whoever the last one was, Midnight takes another damage. Ouch. So beautiful use of that sacrificial ship. Sorry, let me do. Okay, so we have Midnight and Quick Draw. So what is Quick Draw going to do? Quick Draw has a chance to light up the. Yeah, so I see what's going on. So Midnight's debating whether they can hit that tiny little sick, which makes a lot of sense because that 6, at range 1, and so brutal, really, really tough. Odds were about 1.5 hits, so that's pretty statistically bad, which it's just really tough.
Sorry about that.
Wait, and Quick Draw. So we got the 5.
It was at least one hit. So I think he dodged it. I'm not
Yeah,
seeing
so
damage.
dodged. So we've got cluster missiles coming on in
Malorus for 3.
for 3 hits into the tiny little Quinjast. Quinjast still
Where's
healthy.
this?
One shield off of Quinjast.
I don't know
Doing
that
great,
was
Quinn.
Malorus?
No, that was the cluster missiles.
Oh, okay.
And then we have the second cluster missile shotgun, which is great. Cluster missiles like designed for situations like this.
Oh, super good.
Oh, really tough cluster missile shot coming in. And again, they're a little sick.
Shield crit goes into hole, pops off the box.
Yep. So that top one is Leighton. So Leighton uses the shield, takes the crit, and the crit is.
Direct. Oof. Goes down to 1.
So
Yeah, and pops off the box.
Yep, and
Oh,
that
wrong one. Okay, he had just put it on the wrong ship. Yeah, so he just put it on the wrong ship.
Okay. Now we've got a very clear target and Layton. We've got 4 ships kind of pinned down up there. So we've had the 5 shoot. Who else do we have who can shoot? Midnight, Malorus, and Quick Draw. All of them have shots.
Midnight has taken a damage into hole. You already got it, so we're good.
Okay, so what do we got next?
But something I just learned, Aaron has 4 of the 5 boxes.
Oh, snap.
So,
And so you're like, oh, he's just jamming those ships in there. What? And he's like, wait, he has 4, ladies and gentlemen. Like, that's mad. So, one of the tough parts about the FO ships is if you look
yeah,
at...
Leighton barrel rolled. Well, so what's the
Yeah. And is it in still range 1 for the cluster missile then? Okay, yeah, so still range 1 for the cluster missile. And here we have the second set of hands coming, or the third set of hands coming in. You know, super clutch. You hear basically these players, a ship barrel rolled when it had a box on it. And according to the rules, you know, once you've got one of those salvage mission boxes bolted to the side of your ship, you can't actually barrel roll or reposition, which, you know, them being really, really good about it, you know, just, you know, an accident. It's like, okay, how can we roll this back? The tough part about this is that Blackout's shot at the very top would have been able to roll with mods because it's possibly not a bump anymore. So sorry, there's a little bit of background conversation going on right now. They're trying to figure out what happened, but you know, taking it really great. This is the part of, like, you know, an open and friendly community. We had a mistake, but everyone's like, hey, let's just fix this so we have a true game. Re-rolling. Okay, 3 hits coming on in. And let's go agility. I'm loving these little 6 doing work over here. Haven't got to see one use their APT yet, but so good. So spends his focus, dodges. And then Aaron using those, in case you're wondering, hey, where are Aaron's tokens? Those little clear frosty dice are actually multi-purpose tokens. What do we have coming in? So we've got another
Blackout range 1.
Blackout's range 1, which he's doing instead of the previous one, which blanked out.
Yep.
Oof,
Only as an
and
evade.
that does it. So we're back down to same result.
Well, now Malorus might have a shot.
And then I get another evade. Yeah, it's after you defend or before. It's it. Oh, it's if it in this. So you should be dead.
Oof, okay, so we have...
Actually, the first one did miss. Because I spent my focus.
No, you spent the focus and you were safe. Yeah. And for Midnight, does Midnight get his health back because he didn't self-bump? Even with that, he still would have self-bumped? Got it. Okay, okay. Thanks. Appreciate that, chat. Always helpful when people are trying to interact. Oh, wait, no, it's Cisco. It's Cisco.
Yeah, I mean, you have to start here, right?
Okay. So we are still on world's longest engagement at the very top. But again, this is where the excitement is because, like, we have 2 like very different strategies. We've got some amazingly maneuverable ship at the top with Blackout, and we've got the slow and prodding Y-wing. We've got the 6 that really want to stay close, want to just like lay into it. Leighton.
Rolled bad. This might be a quick game.
Wait, is that also Quinn Jazz who went down too? Oh gosh, we have Quinn who goes down this time. So we have, yikes, Twin Jest who goes down in a fiery explosion. Oof. So even though Aaron started off with an initial bump of a lot of cargo on him, we're in a bit of a tough spot. So now it's back to normal. So unfortunately, Leighton doesn't really have a shot. Doesn't get a chance to use that beautiful advanced proton. Oh wait. So the Y-wing is going to get a chance to shoot. So the question is, what is the Y-wing going to do? Is it going to, I guess it's going to do primary, so rolling 3 dice.
So he can't do his bonus attack.
And focus for safe. So, yeah, and that's what that disarm was for, folks. Because Quick Draw was like, I'm worth 5 points. I do not want to give that up. I'm just going to, take the deuterium, get a shield back so I can have my ability. The kind of tough part is, while that's happening, you can't use your ability to shoot back. And
Bunch of stuff from Joon. Got one evade, all he needed.
Barely. Okay, and we've got the last one for Nightfall. So we have Nightfall with ion missiles, trick shot.
Yep, he's gonna use ion missile. So 4 dice ion. Locks those
Okay,
3.
odds are 2 hits.
So hit it crit, it looks like.
Okay. So we have 3 hits coming in from the ion missile.
Spend and not take anything. Yeah.
Spends
Not
it,
ionized.
nothing. So totally safe, and is able to get rid of one of those ion missiles, which is great. Not able to point much back. Very likely to an ultra. Yeah, so measuring for Leighton. Yeah, unfortunately, without the self bump and everything, Leighton's out. Analdra. Oop, small bump. Yeah, Analdra is an arc because if they're parallel, neither of them has bumped.
They should have each other.
So we do have, Pea Shooter shooting back. Nothing. Because spent the mod defensively. Then Gargor, the amazing initiative 0. And then we got the scenario points. So we have.
So he should be at 5 for the last 2 turns.
And then we have 2, 6, 7. Okay.
That's pretty good.
And
Okay.
scores back
I thought this was gonna be a lot worse than it was.
Yeah, it was pretty
Yeah,
bad.
yeah, it was.
That top scenario was just a little nuts. And then
And
also,
now-
it was really tough that he lost Quinchess without Quinchess getting to do anything. Like, that, and Quinchess has proton torpedoes. Like, could have mixed it up with so many other upgrades that would have let him survive, could have let him do some damage, but no, Quinchess is gone. Just didn't even get a chance to score a box.
Kind of went a little too quick.
Which is really tough. And that whole flight at the top, that was just really nice, and unstoppable block is now kind of broken into those
It's also
two
really
ships.
hard at that low of initiative to get through the block in the first place.
Yeah.
But the other big thing here is now that top block can just go fast past everything here and start nailing Gargor in the Y-Wing. And was it Leighton down bot?
Yeah.
Or is that Analdra down bot?
Leighton's up top. That's an Ultra down below.
So
Yeah, so I'm trying to think, if I was Aaron, he's like, okay, I've got strength in numbers, got a bunch of tiny little ships. Do I just try to steer the entire bottom block north and just try to say, hey, we're all just going to zoom in on someone and just crush them?
Midnight's hurt. Mallard, they're all hurt.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they've taken 1 damage, but that's better than nothing.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
You can't really get Nightfall here. Nightfall's just going to get behind you, and there's not a lot you can do about it.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing, so you just ignore Nightfall.
Yeah.
Nightfall is not going to be able to grab objectives or anything, which actually kind of not bad. Like a 4-point ship that's kind of relegated to doing nothing.
Like, he might just be jamming, and that's about it.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And Nightfall has sensor scores, ion, and it's already used 1 ion missile for nothing.
Yeah.
And the cool thing is there's no real good. I guess Nightfall could try to swoop or something to get the obstructed shot.
Yeah. I think a 3-bank fits too. It's just what can you do after that?
Yeah. So my thing is if Nightfall swoops to the left, then you kind of maybe line up.
Yeah.
But then you also distress yourself, and.
Right. Maybe like a 3-bank. Just jam.
Yeah, because I just forgot if you do that, then you can't take a target, so you can't shoot a
and
missile.
then next turn you use 1 hard behind the soloist.
Yeah, and they don't have a 1 straight. They only have a 2 straight. So yeah, no swoop, not actually a big move.
Yeah. I mean, maybe. I could see it.
Okay, and then you've got the ties up top. Is someone going to grab that crate? You've got one just kind of happily
Depends on how hard
dangling
Joon's thinking
there
about it.
because he's already up 7-5, and he's got ship advantage. Yeah, so Jimmy's got ship advantage, and he looks at the pieces across the table for him. He's got 2 Y-Wings at a 4 and a 5. He can absolutely outmaneuver the Y-Wings. None of them have bombs, so they're only threatening out the front. And then the 6 that are still left, all of them do have advanced proton torpedoes, so he really has to make sure that those things don't get a chance to get
So
winged at him.
fun times. These lock tokens and little indicators, Aaron got at the last tournament because they were supplied by Cisco.
Absolutely, and
So
also
Cisco in the chat supplied those generously, and Aaron scooped them up as fast as he possibly could.
thank you very much, Cisco. Then also, some really interesting play for the previous tournament with Aaron bringing some just nutty.
Yeah,
It was a Dace Bonearm Ion Scum
it was a
combination.
cool list.
Yeah.
It was frustrating for me to fly against, but there were other things besides that going on that were outside of either our control, and he flew well.
I'm always excited to see folks bring homebrews that actually do well to a tournament. Keep the game exciting. Everyone's like, oh no, it's just all a Han meta, but honestly, there's gonna be stuff that
there
emerges.
were no Hans at it.
Yeah.
I think all of us locally, for the most part, are pretty just over it. I guess there's no Hans. He had a scum Han.
Yeah.
but
but
no
that's
real
totally
Han.
cool. That's fine. I mean, we still get some of the ARC spam.
Who got the box? Who did get the box? Do you guys remember who got the big box? Chris from San Antonio. Oh, the defender or the
So what
Volt
is going to go
guy?
on over here? So we've got the bottom flight. Again, I'm thinking the bottom flight decides to say, hey, we can't do anything about that whisper to our right. We're just going to try to maybe 2 straight or bank on in to try to line up one of the first order ships. Blackout is tough because Blackout, being a silencer, can run so well. Maybe Blackout's going to do a 2 straight. A 3 bank, worry about that stress cloud. Maybe think that they can just line up all their guns on Blackout, and if Blackout's really the target, trying to figure out what you do with that 6 on the top and the Y-Wing. Does the Y-Wing try to curve in? Gosh, it's a Y-Wing. It's really not all that maneuverable. It doesn't have. Oh well, one of them's got R3, and the other one's got so they don't have R4, so they can't be super maneuverable. Ooh, this is gonna be wild.
That's a big Gargoard.
Oh yeah, this is the fun of it. This is gonna be wild.
I'm waiting for this.
Yeah, Gargoyle, you can't do it. Oh yeah, and we're on turn 4, so here we go. Let me just because everyone's gonna be like, wow, so much carnage, so much mayhem. What is going on turn 4? Okay, so Gargoyle at I0. Now what does Gargoyle do again?
After he defends,
Okay.
he does the damage to everybody range 0, I believe.
Jeez, nice.
So if you get the bump, you just self-shoot him and do a free damage to everybody at range 0.
Yeah, and you can self-shoot him. And you're like, wait, what do you mean self-shoot him? It's normally you can't shoot your own ships, except for Lima Kai with R5TK.
Let me double check that that's the full ability.
Which is amazing. Now, we don't have jamming beam or anything like that, because it's I'm going to shoot and then, do 0 damage just to trigger damage to everyone, which would just be wild.
After you defend, each other ship at range 0 suffers 1 critical damage.
And it's each other ship. It can be friendlies, can be enemies. It's you getting it. Whew.
Now, I remember, wasn't there something that lets you... There's a droid that lets you shoot it yourself.
Yep, and it's R5TK, and it's on Lima Kai. So they're
does
flying.
he have... What else does he have?
So just plasmas.
Targeting computer?
Synchronizer. So no crazy combos. He basically is going to have to shoot himself with 2 dice. But he can choose
the other
not to...
option is to take a lock on them. That way,
and
if
then
you get 2 hits, reroll them.
Yeah, that's it. So he can and he's got targeting synchronizer, so he can use someone else's friendly lock. And there's an R3 astromech out there, so
If he was really good though, or this is I should say really good. The big brain is to take munitions failsafe, because then you guarantee you're not doing any damage, but the ship
because
still
you can
defends.
just cancel all. Yeah.
Yeah.
So. So we're here trying to optimize Aaron's combo wombo list. This is great. Someone's like, wait, are you seriously considering this? And we all laugh and say no, except there's a little part in the back of your brain that's like, but maybe.
But what if?
Yeah. We see Duncan Howard flying this at Worlds. We're like, see, ladies and gentlemen, you saw
We
it
did it
here
first.
first. You saw it here first. Oh, yeah, see, he's doing that. He's like, okay, we're going to bring all the ships in. We're just going to try to threaten the FO.
Might as well.
They're not keeping all their arcs forward. I think he just knows that these are really maneuverable, and he's like, you know what? Rather than just all go top left, I'm going to have to keep one of those 6 pointed forward just in case.
Yeah.
Because if they start dodging a bunch of shots, oh, that's just really tough. So,
Yep.
okay, that makes sense. Like, you'd want to have their arcs all facing forward, but like the flip side is someone gets behind him,
Yeah.
wrecked. Now, the real question is, I guess he's doing it because he might think that maybe Blackout's going to go to the left.
It could also be just because next turn it's easier to deal with than now. Like,
You know what,
you
that's
just one bank with what's his name next turn.
Yeah,
You don't have to deal with it.
That's that's actually brilliant, and I think it's teaching one for everyone. It's like, hey, oh, maybe he gets like a slightly less ideal shot here, but if he dives in, then next turn he's hosed.
Yeah, like
And
somebody's
this
gonna have to
sets
do
him up.
something squirrely.
Yeah, this turn sets him up so well, like for the next turn's maneuver. So everyone's like, oh, how many turns ahead can you play? Some people are like, oh no, I plan 2, I plan 3 turns ahead. I mean, practically speaking, you can only do so much, but this is a great example where that little bit of extra thought really makes a difference.
That's why I play ships. When the opponent goes, I don't know where your Poe's gonna go, and I look at them and I go, you think I know where Poe's gonna go?
This is a double repositioning Falcon, ladies and
Well,
Okay.
and this was Flyboy Poe at the time, but I quite literally, I'm like, I don't know where he's going. You think I know where Neen's gonna go?
Oh my
No.
Jovi, so we have Blackout
Oh,
leading right in the
This is
middle.
actually dangerous for Blackout. He can't reposition. We could have repositioned, but he has sensitive controls, so he couldn't do a focus reposition.
Yeah, so he can either focus or he can
But
barrel.
he'll just barrel roll next turn and go straight.
And the thing with Blackout, in case you're wondering, like, why do I have a sensitive controls? Because he gets more dice when he's obstructed. Like, you look at him right now and you say, oh, he's getting pasted next turn. He's just going to run through that gas cloud. Nope, he can pre-position barrel roll to the left or to the right and then be totally fine.
And
So,
probably do like a K-turn or a sloop.
yeah. Which is really cool.
Yeah.
And not be forced to like
Well, and
ionize
then he
himself and
can
all that.
still boost because of prime thrusters.
Although
So if he does the barrel roll and then K turns, and he can prime thrusters boost forward and get an obstructed shot.
Although, to be honest, what about, is it okay with him if he takes a bunch of locks this turn and just goes to the gas cloud? He loses the locks anyways.
He doesn't actually
and
care.
no one's going to shoot him
He's gonna take a
backwards.
strain.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
So no one's going to shoot. So maybe he just like K turns through
Yeah.
the gas cloud next turn. But this all depends on whether he gets
He might
locks
become
and stuff.
ionized for it, which would put him back on it the turn after.
Right, because
so
the
that might be
preposition
sketchy.
stuff just. Oh, and this is great. See, you're like, oh no, Aaron's splitting up his ships in the case that one of them goes left. Great, called it, nailed it, perfect.
Is that
now,
Malorus that did that?
the close one was.
I think he hopped
that's
over.
Midnight.
I'll check.
Yeah. And then we've got the 4 at the bottom, so we've got the Whisper just kind of chilling. Unfortunately,
So, from bottom to top, or right to left, it's Midnight, Malorus, Quick Draw.
and Malorus.
So Malorus is in the middle. Quick Draw is who's about to move. Midnight was the one that just went up.
And so here are the interesting pieces like target priority. Blackout is a very expensive piece, but he's only lost 1 shield. So you go, okay, I have 2 guns pointing at the Blackout. Do I go for him, or do I look at, say, let's see, where's Quick Draw?
Quick Draw is the one that just moved.
Yeah, or do Quick Draw, no, that's not that great. So yeah, I think you just say, okay, I can't focus fire on everyone. Those 2 shoot at Blackout. You have Inaldra blast into the tie right in front.
The other good thing for Aaron is that he controls more objectives here. So even if nothing happens this turn, he's going to be positive because he's going to score more points than Joon.
Yeah, and he's going to use that to start matching up. Hey there.
How's it going? Oh, wow. Yeah.
Do you have a 512 sticker? Because I was going to just slap one on the back of this laptop just to be like, hey, everyone. And at some point, I want to do a...
Gave away my last one. Well, the last one I keep with me. I have a pile at home.
No, yeah, 'cause at some point, I want to do a little sign that's like, hey, this is who we are on Twitch. Just so that anyone who sees us can be like, oh, hey, I want to follow this. It's always nice to get people walk by and look at this and say, whoa, what is this game? Okay, so we've got 1 shot go in, 1 hit, just leaves it on 1. And, oof. So we have 1 shield taken off. So 1 taken off somebody. Sorry, I don't know who that was who got.
Oh my, then
Come on, Grant. So we got one crit, and we still have some shields on.
does that pop a box? No box on this one.
No.
It does get a box. That's good. Okay,
Yeah,
Joon
gets
kind of
the
needed
box
that,
off. Yeah.
especially because Nightfall can just one hard and pick it up.
Yeah, and Nightfall does like repositioning, but Nightfall's behind everybody. Like Nightfall's totally chill with that.
He's much happier just like focus jam or something like that.
Okay, what do we have?
You think? Not quite. And that still takes a crit.
So we were just talking. And we were just talking earlier about,
She's popped off 2 now, which is really good for Joon.
and then lost that top sick as well. Oh gosh. So then Leighton goes down. Yikes. So, yep, so up to 10 for Joon. So Joon almost has the high ground, almost at 11. And statistically speaking, based on analysis of previous games, like the joke is that 11 points, first person to hit that statistically, like overwhelmingly is more likely to win. Part of it's like, oh, is it like a causality thing? It's like, no, it just happens to be a pattern of the game. Because you look over here, and you see only like 4 ships left to 5. 4, sure, on pretty high health, but not the most punching power. But still options to go. Like we actually haven't seen a ton of. Okay, so here we go. Shots coming in, and here's again what we were saying. It's not over yet. Like he could actually do it. He's done an amazing job of lining up these guns. Not what he needed, so goes for 1.
Looks like a lot of wimpy shots
And
that are
hey,
going through somehow.
No, gets him. So puts 1 onto
Midnight
Midnight.
on 1.
Range 1 into.
So we say that Junie's got the ship advantage, but like it could not be. So here we go, rolling. You get 2, and is able to get away from it. And Junie. So we have 1 for
6 lanes.
6 to 12 now. So 6 to 12 right now, but then we also have Midnight, who's worth 3 points. Midnight on 1, so it could just evaporate. We've got Malrus only down to 3 hull. Quick Draw again could also, in theory, if people line up on him. Got a shield. There's a plasma torpedo out there.
As far as what Aaron needs to do here, it's a little tough now that Blackout's kind of in the way. And Aldra probably just has a 1 or 2 bank up.
Because there's going to be the system-based reposition. And
It's
you're
true. Do you just
guessing-
call that, or does Joon say, I'm going to stay in the way?
and just eat the
Yeah.
possible ion? And there's no locks on me, so I'm doing okay there.
Yeah.
And just eat the ion and say, you know what, that's going to be totally fine.
Right.
And I'll do a massive block because win condition for Aaron is that he has to start burning down ships. He's at the point where Junie's got some ships like flanking. He's got Quick Draw on the top left. He's got Nightfall on the bottom. Like they're in great position to start following up. So he's like, okay, people are gonna just start getting uncontested shots into me. I really need to start getting damage in.
Honestly, I hate to see it. Maybe Joon learned how to fly first order here.
Okay, let's not go too crazy. Like,
He's in a really good spot to pick up boxes.
Yeah.
But, Aaron's just making him feel good.
And just trying to take a little pity on him. Taking a break from flying like an actually fun, like competitive Scum Squad. Although you never know. Like a lot of
3
things.
nights late against all felt relatively competitive.
And people are like, oh, Scum's not all that great. And you see, actually a pretty good showing.
The Andes was Mando, Fenrau, and 2 Dirge and Cad Bane.
Fen.
And it was
And
was
Scum.
annoying.
So we've got Scum Fen.
And,
Oh, gross.
And now there was a big swing halfway through the game where he got a range 1, no mods with Fen, and just rolled 5 hits and killed a Y-Wing. A
Yeah.
wartime Y-Wing, outright.
Which is Fen's deal.
Ridiculous, but no mods. So it was like,
king of variants.
shouldn't have happened, but it did.
Yeah.
And then Mando did the same thing to Lulo, and then Lulo did no damage back, so it didn't kill Mando.
Yeah.
And it was like a 9-point swing in 1 turn, and that's
Yeah.
what lost me the game. And it was just like, we were both like, well, that shouldn't happen, but here we are.
Yeah. Sometimes.
But it was like one of those just out of nowhere dead, and here we are.
Yeah. It's like the named character
Yeah.
luck. Okay. So here is where do we see system phase repositions? No. So no system phase reposition. We were trying to guess, and then we're trying to figure out, okay, what does he do? So this is a really interesting one because that tie on the top cannot do anything slower than a 2 straight or a 1 hard. So you're like, if it tries to do a 1 hard, you've got a beautiful block.
He's just going to straight pick this up, or does he already have a box? Is that him sit with the blue box
Yes.
on? He might already have it.
And does he just grab it? Yep, and he grabs it, and he's like, okay, if he does a 1 hard, awesome block. If he does a 2, he's safe because he's behind him.
This is Aaron's other win con, is just take up all the boxes every turn and force Joon to mop them off.
Yeah, because even though he's lost 3 ships, he's still got 4 more. And 2 are Y-Wings. And we've only got 24 minutes left.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. If you're like, oh, I'm going to pick off all your little ships, well, then you have these Y-Wings carrying crates, like pretty hefty. Both of them still have munitions on them. Yeah, so let's see. I was really kind of shook. I had no idea what Aaron's going to do. Does that
Big bomb.
fit? But it's a friendly...
It did
Nope,
bomb.
not a friendly. So, yeah, okay, whatever.
on the rock,
Doesn't
so
hit the rock.
red focus.
So red focus. Yep, because he's got to start putting damage out. And hey, we've got Aaron taking boxes back again. So 2 boxes to Aaron. Box. And we've got the bank. Or is that? No, that's the hard because it's the slow maneuver. So we've got the 1 hard from the Whisper. And Chase, yeah, you were saying maybe since he knows he's not contested, he's just going to start taking boxes. Now the Whisper can technically take a box and then it doesn't have auto thrusters. Silencers is the one that can push a button and then reposition.
Yep.
So the question is, does Joon say, I'm going to try to, because he's got maybe a bullseye? He's got a bullseye on somebody. Yeah, so he's got a bullseye on, oh yeah, sorry. I'm going to take off the Y-Wing. Yeah, we'll see both the Y-Wings have been pinged once. So let's modify these Y-Wings. 1 shield down, 1 shield down. Thanks again to all the folks who code this overlay. Things just a dream. Okay, so what do we have?
So he did not choose to pick up the box. Took a lock on somebody.
Okay, so he's got the ion missile, and yeah, because an ion would be kind of tough.
He's just going to go through the 3 dice bullseye.
Okay, and beautiful job flying that Y-Wing. Like that Y-Wing that was like kind of, taking a break earlier. It's like, hey, he's back in the fight. We've got a nice little kill box. Whoever's up top, could be, I think that's
It might have
Midnight.
bumped to focus lock. Or focus. Red focus.
Focus.
Oh, but is he in the front arc anywhere? Self bump.
And are we gonna roll for that damage?
Wait for him to finish this. He did slip. Oh, Talon rolled.
So,
Do you roll for the self bump, Joon? Okay. Got it. So 3 bank would have hopped over, but instead it ran into.
yeah. So even though he finishes touching one, his actual, if this was in space, what he would have hit is the enemy ship. And then we were talking about how Joon's done a great job of spraying these ships up. And then you have quick draw, healed up to 1 shield, back in it, able to run on in and just start blazing away with that special forces gunner.
Yeah.
Can't use Fanatical yet, but Fanatical's like a late game piece, so that's fine. Now here
Looks like they're gonna mark.
What?
Joon getting real down and dirty with it.
Yeah, this is some nice high speed play.
Yes, this is not surgical law. I've seen 3 different ships bumped.
You know what, ladies and gentlemen? It's like
Definitely
Close
not
enough
as
for
straight as it
government work.
was.
it's like the sacred board state.
Right. Look what you've done.
Hey, wait. And he takes that
It's
so he did
K's
a
turn.
yeah, okay.
Or
a
sloop, sorry.
Yeah, so he takes a stress, is that
Pattern analyzer. Does he have it on? Quick draw. He does not.
so
Oh, he had a lock
reroll.
already.
So we have 2 hits.
Brutal.
And loses the box again.
Ooh.
So we have a Naldra.
Malor's range 2. Ooh,
Wait,
hitting crit.
who was that shooting?
It was Midnight and now Quick Draw, I believe.
Right, and that's Quick Draw. Yeah. So 3
He's just
hits.
dead. He only has
Okay,
one
yeah,
left.
so
Structural cost
academic.
2, so can't
And
live.
so pasted at higher initiative, which is rough.
I think it's gonna go Joon's way.
That's rough.
Yeah.
And that's just,
It's the I6 and I5 that can just one-shot ship. Well, not even one-shot. It
Yeah.
kills ships before they can activate, and then you are actively removing like the firepower.
Yeah, and so who was that who died? Was that Gargor or was that...
Actually, no.
Go with that.
Yeah, so we were saying earlier that one of the top parts that was facing Junie was that he does have like a salad of initiatives here. But one of the nice things about it though is like since that salad reaches to the higher end of the spectrum, it's to the 6s. He can initiate. Oh, and Gargor doesn't get to use his cool ability. Oh, that's rough. So yes, we got even more points coming this way. So Gargor, 1, 2, and then back. Oh, wait, no, that was Gargor, not,
Yes.
what was it, so...
Sorry, just took one shield.
So down to an... Yep. So we're down to Enaldra, Arliss, and Olima. So the I2, the 4, and the 5.
We'll just do 2 dice here.
So 2 dice into Malorus.
Hey, it's good.
Takes 1. 1 left on Malorus.
So Malorus down to 1. So again, like he's whittling him down. Like he's still... Oh,
Stupid bubble.
it's a bobbling silencer. The question is like whether he's got bullseye, because it's whether he uses the 2-die little pea shooter turret or whether he uses a 3-die heavy gun, whips out the laser. Yeah, I think he gets it just because of that slight tilt due to the bump earlier. So lets him do. So they're gonna start marking some ships.
Yep, double checking for the bullseye.
Which because this makes a big difference. The extra.
It's looking like he has it.
Ooh, I think what they're saying is like whether, because it's so far away and it's just in the bullseye, whether he's actually in. But I think he does it. And so we have 2 hits. Yeah, so it takes 1 on Enaldra.
Yep, no crit though, so keeps the box.
So Enaldra takes 1. No APT, unfortunately. Loaded down with so many amazing munitions, but not able to get those insane high dice shots
Yeah,
off.
hard to get those low initiative locks off.
So let's go ahead and let her rip. Is there anything we can do ability-wise?
Yeah, I could take a damage to reroll those dice.
So the
He's
question
gonna
is,
do it.
is
Is he gonna do it?
the question is, does he get killed next round? So yeah, he's gonna take a
I
damage.
can reroll as many dice as I want.
So he
Okay,
takes
so
a
gonna take a damage to reroll.
And then if he goes over the wrong things, so he gets a crit.
Hit crit.
So takes the.
He got it. He killed it for midnight.
Is it?
I'd agree, Cisco. I think I like
Get
Ion
Malak.
Cannon better, but
So
he's
Malorus.
going for a certain way of doing things, and you can't blame him.
Yeah. So we got 15 to 9, which tournament points, trying to score those, like if you're trying to match up against someone, and
It's not
prevents
completely
Junie from
over.
getting a. Because we still have 1 crate for Aaron.
So you have how many boxes? 16.
So yeah, 16 to 10.
10 to 16.
Okay, so if we're actually trying to figure out,
Yeah.
like,
Midnight.
we've got about 16 minutes left. So what are we expecting right here? If you're Aaron, you say, okay, I need to get myself back into this. And you know that there's only one objective on each side. You know you're not immediately going to die due to objectives. You know, like it's not like there's a crazy clock going on. It's like the win condition for Joon is not, hey, 4 more turns go by with just one objective. He wants to kill a ship. Analdra's on 1, which is really tough. So if he kills Analdra and gets 1 point, that's game.
And Nightfall can just one hard grab the box.
Yeah.
Midnight or Malaris can one hard grab the box.
Yeah.
He can just grab a couple boxes and really basically say you have to do crates to all my chips to knock him off.
And that one sick at the very top, I'm trying to figure out what he's going to do. Is he going to do, is he going to go top left? Is he going to go bottom right? Because he's the, like, he immediately puts the clock on. Like, if he dies, that's basically it. Now, unfortunately, Joon has ships absolutely lined up on him. So, let's see, and Midnight would give 3 points. That would be really tough. But Midnight's the only one who's really in danger of dying. So honestly, if I was Joon, I would just be like, we just collapse on an Aldra. And just say, hey, you know what, I'll just sacrifice everything. I'll collapse on an Aldra. I'll kill him. Maybe Midnight at the bottom grabs, or maybe Nightfall at the bottom grabs a crate just to get the extra point.
Yeah.
And then Aaron says, okay, if they are going to collapse on him, the Wily at the top just slow rolls in. The one at the bottom maybe also slow rolls in. And it kind of matters we've got a 4 and a 5. So there's overlap between Blackout, Nightfall, and Arliss and Lima. So what should we gonna do? Okay, so he's the one who he knows people are gunning for him. What did Aaron pick? Is he going top right? Is he going, he's just doing a small one.
Blackout's ionized.
Maybe that's all he can do?
So what's Blackout gonna do while ionized? Because he went over the cloud and rolled for the ion. Just a 1 straight.
Because if I was him, I would do the 2. Or I would try to go a little further. You can't.
He just did 2 straight bump.
So he's ionized, so basically slams into his friend, rolls to see if there's a consequence, nothing, hits his friend so he can't take any action. And now we see what that Y-Wing does. The Y-Wing's really got a... Okay, the 1 straight. Interesting. I would have almost wondered whether you do the 1 bank to the right. Because that Y-Wing's got to shoot somebody. Maybe he's wondering if they're going to blaze past him because look at that rock is. I think Joon's ships are going to curve top left. So I'm really wondering what does that Y-Wing do? Maybe it's just going for the block and Aaron's just counting on Lena at the top doing all the damage. Okay, yep, so, Joon's ship's curving top left.
Yep.
And as we were thinking, and that bobbly silencer. Takes his focus, but did not bump, so he's going to be able to raise that one. Okay, and we have it. Oh, did it bump? Did he bump? Nope, I think he did it. So, takes the crate, which kind of makes sense because he does not want to give Joon the chance to get crates. Now, I think the real thing is it worth to do the offensive mod instead? I really don't know. But okay, and so I was wondering, hey, why did Aaron do that 1 hard? I guess because he was worried about this.
So is we going to see the ability from Lee Mackay to grab a lock because he's in somebody's front arc? Ooh, am I thinking of the right thing?
We're gonna see. Ooh, gosh, let's see if people remember their triggers. We've got 11 minutes to go. They've been playing for over an hour. We're gonna see if folks actually...
Double checking that I'm remembering the ability right. Before you engage, if you are not in an enemy ship's front arc. Okay,
and he is in everyone's front arc. We literally have everyone.
Gotten one last turn, so I don't know if he did.
Oh, tough. But we have some experience. Oh, okay, so we have, it looks like 1 hit, spending a lock. So, a much better result. So, hit, crit. I think going into Analdra. So, unfortunately, Analdra eats it.
And let's go again because Joon has a box.
So we have been talking about like end conditions, and at this point, we're just gonna, or they're actually just gonna play this out. So this is into Lima, who's rolling 1. So we have Analdra paste it, and we have Lima taking 3. 1, 2, 3. And then Lima halved. Lima's at 5. Lima's really nicely lined up. Lima could go for midnight, I think is the easiest shot. Midnight's the one who's on 3. Yeah, which makes all the sense. Trying to go for points, goes into midnight. And okay, 2, odds are 1.5. And 1 gets it, so gets midnight. So getting some honor, beautiful, like great, using your decision tree, going through. And what do we have left? We've got, I think, some tough rolls. Back into Lima, and Lima takes hit crits. So Lima's box, hit, crits, and it is. Yeah, so whole breach blank. But that Wiley's still staying around.
Yep. Range 3 to Lima.
Nothing. So Lima survives. We've got. So he was joking, shooting quick draw. Because if Arlo shoots quick draw gets to just lay black into Lima. He could just choose not to shoot.
He just says no.
Yeah, so he elects not to shoot. So what's he gonna do? He's gonna shoot into.
I think he's gonna go into quick draw.
He's gonna try to shoot quick draw.
Yeah,
okay.
might as well.
He could do
2 crits. 2 crits.
Yeah, he could do.
You have 3 shields. 2 shields.
You do fuel leak into.
Yeah, he has 2 shields, only 3 dice. We probably missed a deuterium somewhere. Yeah. Lame.
Okay, so we got 1, 2, 3. No, maybe not lame, but I don't know. It's tough luck. So he's going for. Alright, there we go. So he gets to shoot quick draw, and then he gets to shoot back.
Quick draw is just gonna shoot right back into Lima.
And kills later. Ooh, and then we have Joon get the box. 23 to 13. So when you hear a score like that and you look and you see, wait, there's 1 ship left on the other side, and 3 on the right, and blackout. Oh God, that just looks scary.
The wig Joon's been wearing all day.
Yeah. Full of sweaty hair juice. Oh.
Joon, I think you played better with that on than you did without it.
Except I played with it on when I played against you. Really bad for that, so I'm not really sure. I have this funny feeling.
It's just the high variance wig.
Has nothing to do with how
with how good you are at X-Wing?
Yeah. That there might just be that possibility.
Oh, it is so. Temperature in here is.
Well, now I'm like, I can put this back on. It's nice and soft.
See, we're all just kind of going back and forth. Whew.
Got that thing out of here.
Yeah, that was wild.
Yeah.
So, thanks everyone. Wild game. So we have a really creative list on the left-hand side with the Scum facing off against some kind of classic first-order pieces. Some tweaks, we have Blackout, who doesn't have passive sensors, who has prime thrusters. We have Nightfall, you don't always see that Whisper. Quick Draw, not always as popular these days. But then, Malorus, and then Midnight. So no Gaelic, no Kylo. I think both of them just trying to mix it out and get some familiarity with these pieces. Always worth, exploring, having a little bit of fun. Yeah, grateful for them to showing us some pieces we don't normally see.
It's still high initiative. You're all 5-5, 6, 4, which is good. I do think Kylo's better than Blackout most of the time. But the reason he doesn't play 2 Whispers is because he only owns 1.
Yep. And we keep saying, oh no, you can't just fly the best list, it still costs money for this game. Now, if you spend all your money on repaints, then, that's on you.
On repaints for on RZ2s.
Yeah, you know,
I mean,
man.
I've got 8 with me here, so.
The people on the cam can't see that next to us is like an entire fully painted squad of resistance ships, accompanied by a still in its bubble wrap, pristine, absolutely
Honestly,
legendarily
my
painted.
favorite one might be the transport.
Oh, we have a transport too. That's pretty.
In the back. Yeah, it's so good.
We've got some crisp painting over here, folks, ladies and
Enigma
gentlemen.
wargaming.
I think for Enigma Wargaming. I think for the next game, maybe hopefully you guys will get lucky enough to see this. But hey, thanks y'all for hanging out with us. It's been awesome, like getting a chance to talk to you guys, getting this footage out for everyone. I've been Norby, and accompanied by It's Baffle over here. Thank you very much, 512 Squadron. Oh nope, we're not gonna quit yet. No, we're actually gonna show this off. Maybe put your finger on and draw it closer to the camera so we can, kind of. Yeah, that's good. Oh, look at that paint job, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, and then that on the engines in the back, just truly beautiful. Boop up. And you've got the tiny little BB-8 just running around, looking good while he jams everyone ruthlessly. What a ship.
Yeah, like, I was surprised by how good this turned. I'm like, whoa,
Yeah.
that looks fantastic.
No, and you're like, oh man, maybe it's like now you just want to play the ship just because of how good it looks. Like
Oh, I love Covenel. I love
that.
Covenel.
That's
Just
great.
she's not
You
very
played
good.
Covenel in Aces High, I think. Yeah.
Because she's fun.
Yeah, and everyone's like, because I remember I played a Warrior.
No, it was you were like the ace ship of the game, and we were all playing like slow stuff that was just kind of like lumbering around. And I'm reversing and doing
Yeah,
all these
so
weird
like
things.
you're reversing, I'm like bendy barrel rolling. Like
Yeah.
it was like, hey, this is. I think it was a game of positioning. It was fun. Okay, thanks everyone. We're gonna end the stream. We'll see if we get another one, but if not, that'll be it for tonight. Thank you all very much, everyone. 502 Squadron out and canceling the OBS in 3, 2, 1.